Check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Also for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wah 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 lift it up, then it bust it open, lift it up, yeah. Come on, lift it up, then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. For your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm back. I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club. Case something jump off. What's up? How y'all doing? Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Y'all know I've been MIA. I've been out on vacation and whatnot, but I am back. Shout out to everybody who are here or who is here. Shout out to the replay gang. We got a few things to discuss. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, welcome to the dollhouse, honey. Come on in, get the likes up on the video, subscribe to the channel, and you'll know when I upload and or go live. Okay, so go ahead on and do that. What else I got? If you're returning Dollar Don, welcome back. I love you. And shout out to all the supporters and even the haters that be in the chat too. But we got a show today. Now, before we get into that, I would like to say that I did put out Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the season finale this week. So if you haven't checked that out, please check that out. And I also have Love and Hip Hop Miami. I know it's a day late and a dollar short, but I can't not finish it off. Okay, so I do have Love and Hip Hop Miami that will be uploading later on tonight. So I already watched it, recorded it. When I get off of here, I'll probably go and sit down and edit and then put it out tonight. So yeah. So come on in, and make sure y'all hit up them videos that I'm putting up, okay? Now, y'all, we got a few things to discuss. The girls are going crazy. They say, I didn't say it, don't get me the line, but they say that Cardi B is suing Tasha K. Not just Tasha K, she's suing her husband too. Now, they got people all on the internet saying that he's getting deported. You know he's a foreigner. They say the husband might be getting deported, and they say this is all because Tasha K couldn't shut her mouth. Now, listen, I'm just going to report it to y'all. I will say this. I forgot that her husband is a foreigner because, just because he's African don't necessarily mean that he's not a full citizen, I guess. I don't know how the citizenship thing really works. But the fact that people are now reporting that not only are people reporting this, but we've seen in the news that they are going after her husband, his assets, his company, and all that stuff. But then to make it go further about him possibly getting deported, like I said, I don't know how good or how true that is, but it's highly possible in these type of situations because they want to take Tasha down to the ground. And I must say, in any other situation, I'd be like, they overdoing it. But I ain't gonna lie. Tasha K inviting all of this. All of this that's going on with Tasha K. Tasha K can't blame nobody but Tasha K because all she had to do was leave the girl alone. I swear to God, that's all she had to do was leave that girl alone. But Tasha K antagonized. And I guess Cardi said when she told Tasha that her children ain't gonna be able to go to college, she meant that because Cardi want everything. Do you hear me? Yeah, they say the tethers are fighting. Lord have mercy. We'll get into it. So we got to get into that. And then also K Michelle. Oh, K Michelle. K Michelle going outside, huh? So apparently she's on the Love and Hip Hop streets. Not Love and Hip Hop, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I haven't watched not one episode, but I do see clips going around. And I did see that they were trying to come at her for the Stanky Coochie episode. Or listen, K. Michelle had to know if she ever went back on reality TV that the stanky coochie rumor was going to come back up. If anything, she should have just prepared for it and got in front of it. But apparently, when it came up through Portia, who obviously was chosen to do that, when it came up through Portia, apparently they say she been crying and snotting ever since. They say they don't even want to see her on there no more. She's just so sensitive every time you turn around. Because my coochie doesn't really stink. Well, and I hate that she's going through that because that's a horrible rumor to have. But, K. Michelle, they say, is making the Real Housewives of Atlanta worse than it already was. And I said, I don't think that's possible, but we'll get into that. And then we also got to get into why she's telling us that she lets her husband sleep with other women and she watch. K. Michelle going out real sad. So we're going to get into that and a few other things. Y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. Come on in and get the likes up on the video. We got a few things to discuss. Method to my madness. Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, Voodoo Boo. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. And I like I told y'all, I just got back a couple of days ago. I forgot it was Memorial Day. So apparently it's supposed to be the time when y'all put meat on the grill and all of that. But I don't know where y'all live, and where I live at, it's been raining every day, okay? And they say it's supposed to rain every day moving forward. So we'll see if y'all somewhere where y'all could put some meat on the grill and not get rained on, then enjoy yourself this weekend. And let me also say this to the people who celebrate Memorial Day. It's for the dead people, right? Y'all know Memorial Day is for the people who died. No shade. It's not for the people who made it. That's Veterans Day. Memorial Day is for the people who died. But go ahead and put your meat on the grill, though. I mean, we do it for the family. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, come on in. So it's raining up where y'all at too in Philly? I believe they doing this. They got to be doing this. This ain't nothing that's just random. They got to be doing it. They got to be doing it. And anyways, let's get into the show. I got a few honorable mentions before we get into why we're really here. But I swear, girl, I did not think Tasha K would be a point of reference for somebody going out sad. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. Now I want to get into, do I care about this? Yeah, let's get into Floyd Mayweather right quick. Y'all know Floyd Mayweather. He's another one being hit with a lawsuit. Apparently, some girl claimed that he's the father of her baby, and he decided not to show up to court to do paternity. Well, because he didn't show up, they gave a default judgment to the young lady, and now they saying that he has to pay this lady over $1 million in back child support and $33,000 a month moving forward. The child is only 4, okay? Now, apparently, he's been having a lot of money issues. This ain't the first person we know that's suing him. He got sued allegedly from the jewelry company who said he ran off on a plug with the jewelry. It's like he been having money issues coming out the woodworks. Well, now apparently he's trying to get a lawsuit in himself. I guess he said he ain't gonna be the only one getting sued. He wants to get one in himself, and he said this is on his former business advisor. It says Floyd Mayweather files a lawsuit against his former business advisor, and he's claiming he scammed the boxer out of $175 million. Now, let me just say this. Anybody who's been following Floyd case know he could use that 175 because he owe a lot of people. But let's get into what they say. It says Floyd Mayweather is coming for the $175 million in a fresh lawsuit claiming his former investment manager and real estate advisor pulled a fast one on him over several years. It says this lawsuit dropped in a New York court accuses Jonah Rechnitz. Ooh, that sounds like a Jew. His ex-manager and A.L. Friss, the head of Friss Apex Ventures, a Florida-based real estate and investment firm where a chunk of Mayweather's cash went, of fraud in breaching their fiduciary duty. It says Mayweather says that Rechnitz built up his trust over the years only to allegedly use his advisory position to funnel Mayweather's money into accounts linked to First Apex Adventures. It says Rechnitz, Friss Apex, and Alexander Seligson, the attorney who dealt with the refinance of one of Mayweather's properties, are all named as defendants. Let me just say this. It's not looking good for Floyd. It hasn't looked good for Floyd in a while. Them people want all his money. You know, at one time, whenever we used to see Floyd, if he wasn't in the ring, he would be automatically somewhere with a whole table full of money. Now, every time you see Floyd, somebody say he owe me money. And I think that I do believe that this lawsuit is valid. I do believe that these people stole from him because that's what they do. But I do think that this is a last-ditch effort for him because he's trying to offset some of these lawsuits that he got coming. That's so sad. So sad. At any rate, we'll keep him in our prayers. No, we won't. We'll just keep watching, okay? Now, let's move on. Y'all get the likes up. Here's another story I want to talk to y'all about. Big Lotto and her man. Oh, yes. Big Lotto was finally spotted out in the same vicinity with the alleged baby father of that little Emirate pirate they done had. Now, I don't call a baby an Emirate pirate. That's what the shirt, the little onesie the baby had on, okay? And it's so odd because 21 has yet to post her. And she be posting old, subliminals and hand tattoos and all of those things. And it took for TMZ to catch them slipping coming out of the store for them to finally get a family picture. Enjoy, Lotto. Enjoy, Fat. Because this is the closest you niggas gonna get to a family photo. Oh, yeah. Sure hope the baby remember this because it ain't gonna go no further. This is so bad, y'all. Please don't be like Lotto, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. She spent her whole career rapping about how she wasn't going to be no man's fool, or to turn around and be his stepping stool. But they say she biracial, so she should be all right. So y'all, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, please do not be mulatto, okay? Even if you are mulatto, find a way to not be mulatto, okay? Now let's move on, y'all, because the congratulations is in order. You gotta get it where you could get it, You gotta get it wherever you can get it, at the end of the day. Sanya Brown Skin, thank you so much for being a member for 25 months. Oh my God, thank you so much. Says, welcome back. Missed you down to the ground. I missed y'all too. I couldn't wait to come back and go live. Y'all know Friday is my busiest days. 666 in the chat. Y'all know Fridays is my busiest days over at the other channel, so I couldn't come over here yesterday, but I am here today, and like I said, I will be putting Love and Hip Hop Miami up after we get off of here at some point tonight. So thank you so much, Sonya. I appreciate you. Brizzy Creation Videos, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, cloud seeding at its best. That's why we all getting rain. You know that's what it is. How this a whole Memorial Day weekend and everybody getting the same rain? You know they doing that on purpose when they be spraying them clouds. Y'all already know how it go. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. And history of me, how do you say that? Observer. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, welcome back. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Now, we back like we left something in the pot. You feel what I'm saying? But we outside anyways. Now, let me show this. Let me share this. Hold on. I think a happy birthday is in order. Yes, ma'am. For your girl. Candy Girl. So apparently Candy Girl had a birthday. They say she turned 50, huh? Look at Candy, y'all. One thing we could say about Candy, we could say and can't say. Wait, why it's not there? Go. One thing we could say and not say about Candy is Candy fine as a bitch. Okay, let's really be clear about that. Candy has always been fine. You know what I'm saying? Now, her and these thought pockets that she travel with, that's a whole other situation. Now, if anybody has been around the streets of the ATL, everybody thinks and believes that Candy is over there running a harem. That's why them hoes be going on them girls trips. It don't be no girls trips. They say them hoes be scissoring down to the ground. But you know what? I said to myself, it's Candy birthday, bro. And if Candy want to throw a scissor fest on this 50th, I think she deserve it. What's her husband name? Claude. No, what the husband name is? Ty done left her. Where I get Claude from. Ty done left her. You know what I'm saying? And she probably needed to release a little stress. The people say baritone Burruss loved the ladies more than she loved the men. So I'm pretty sure it was a great time. Now, I will say this. I heard her write this. Candy loves writing music that none of us want to hear. But Candy had wrote this song, and originally her voice automatically made me go, ugh. But then as I started listening to it, the song kind of grew on me. Let's get into Candy a little bit.
Do you like it like this? When I throw it back, baby, when over, started over. I wanna go again.
You got that now, yeah.
So Candy want to be all Caribbean, Jamaican. Yeah, she was channeling her Jamaican vibes. She over there hollering, do you like it like this? Do you like it like that? And do you like it like down to the ground? Or all on your back? Or do you like it like this? I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't as bad. Candy, I was about to drag you down. I heard the first few bars and I wanted to say, Candy, go lay down. But I said, you know what, though? It's Candy's birthday. So happy birthday to Candy. Candy girl. If we could ask or request anything for your next birthday, please don't make another song. Please. We don't need to hear it. We didn't ask for it. As a matter of fact, we didn't ask for any of your songs. All of your songs were forced on us. So please, Candy, if you can, don't make another song, but I know you will because you that strong-minded. They say you're a Taurus, and they say that's what y'all like to do, just get on people's nerves and all of that. So there you go. But happy birthday is in order for Candy. Now, let me say this too. Go back. Why should Mia be there more than anybody? Now, I had done already heard Shamia is the scissor queen, okay? They say, don't get me the line. I don't know how true this is. I'm just telling y'all what the people say. They say Shamia is in love with Candy, girl. They say Shamia scissor with that girl one time in the dungeon and ain't never looked back. That's why Portia ain't her friend no more. But every time you see Candy, you see Shamia. And let me just say this. Shamia has a fabulous looking life on the TV, but she's so annoying. I can see why we didn't see her all those years on TV. Shamia is the girl, like you don't invite her to everything. Some things, yes, but everything, no. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like everybody's getting together and we're going to go on a vacation. Of course, we can invite Shamia. But if it's a situation where we want to really do some grown woman, no, leave Shamia home. Leave Shamia home. Gigi said Shamia's husband don't never take her nowhere. I'm wondering if that's even really her husband. It's giving arrangement. It's giving arrangement. I don't know, but at any rate, congratulations happy birthday to Candy, Baritone Burruss, and shout out to Shamia for always being there. You be with Candy more than you be with your husband. Let's move on now. I just think, Candy, it's time for you to live in your truth, Fat. You love the hoes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And you want to sit up here and act like it's nothing wrong with it, but then when it's time for you to live in your truth, you feel what I'm saying? Now it's something different. Thank you, Sage, for the cash app. I appreciate you. When it's time for you, you done lost Tide, the only man who probably thought about loving you. You know what I'm saying? You done lost Tide. Just come on out and say you like the hoes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can get you a bunch of them hoes like Neo got. Yeah, Neo got a whole bunch of hoes. Get you a few of them. I think that it's the era of truth. We're in the age of Aquarius, and I think it's time for Candy to come on out. But happy birthday, Candy girl. You looked good, Fat. I can say all I want about your voice, but I can't say you ugly, and I can't say you ain't fine. Candy is fine as a bitch. Okay. Now, did y'all see this? I gotta joke this. Now, anybody who know me knows I am a reality TV connoisseur. So I know all about the Kardashian, all them hoes before they even came on the show, okay? Now, we all know Malika. Malika got a twin sister. They the twins that played on ATL. Y'all remember the show? Now, we didn't know that behind the scenes, Malika and her sister was being walked like dogs by Khloe and the rest of them half-breed clears over there that claim they Armenian and all of that. Now, let me see if I can find that picture. Hold on. Y'all know what picture I'm talking about with Khloe, because this is going to all make all the sense in the world. Hold on. Khloe Kardashian. Wait, how'd you spell it with a K? Khloe Kardashian. Malika. How you spell that whole name? Malika. Dog. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that picture. Or was it a slave? What she had is a Halloween. Let's go Halloween. Because, Google be trying to make it seem like, they ain't racist and all of that. Girl, bye. But Malika was once walked like a dog. I don't know if they got it scrubbed off the internet. But Malika and her twin sister once thought it was funny that they would be friends with Khloe and the rest of the Kardashians and be literally walked like a dog and treated like black slaves. It was crazy. You had to be there. Let me see. Because see, Google likes to, they love to scrub their little stuff off the internet. If you was there, you know what I'm talking about. If somebody have it, send it to me, we'll pull it up. Because it's going to add all up. Now listen, she was the Scooby of the group. That's what they say. Well, at any rate, this was a shock to Black America because all we knew Malika and them from was being in the movie ATL. And in that movie, they were black girls. Like they had the whole aesthetic and all that stuff. Well, turns out they were turnkeys, turncoat, slaves for the Kardashians. And when the Kardashians got on, Malika and them have been running behind the Kardashians ever since. Now, I can't really speak on the other sister, but for sure, Malika had been running behind Khloe ever since. So much so, she even talks like her, and it's so weird. At any rate, Khloe came on the internet and did an interview where she spoke about how her son, the vending machine baby, she spoke about how the vending machine baby went to the party. So I guess Malika LaBoy had a birthday party and Khloe bought her badass son. And when he got there, he decided he didn't want to be there. You know, Kardashians and them clears, they don't really whip their churn. So Khloe decided that she was going to allow him to go through the feelings. And him going through the feelings, according to Courtney, was him tearing that girl whole baby birthday party up. Now, mind you, nobody asked Khloe for this information. Nobody pried this information out of Khloe. Khloe introduced this information at volunteer speed. We didn't ask her for none of this, but she wanted us to know that her little vending machine baby couldn't hold himself together and end up tearing up Malika's party. Now, we're going to get to that. I want to show you that video, but before we get into that, the reason we're here is not even because what Khloe said happened. We're here because of the response from Malika, the slave she's always been. But before we get into Malika's response, let's get into Khloe telling the story about how her son tore that girl baby birthday party up. Let's get into it. Now, remember, this is Khloe volunteering this information.
It's like, we're going to go to Ace's graduation lunch. He's like, I don't want to go. I was like, he's 3. He's fine. He's going to go. And so me, him, Dream, True, Chicago, and Psalm, we all went to this graduation lunch. And Tatum comes in and he was like, I don't want to be here. And it was this private patio that Malika rented out. And you have to like walk like 4 steps down these stairs. And I said, well, Tatum, just come inside. And like, there was coloring books and all this stuff. I was like, you're going to have fun. He's like, he's looking down these stairs. He goes, okay, I'm going to make such a big mess. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like saying your like intrusive thoughts. I was like, okay, why does he actually bolt to the balloon garland, like knocks it over? I'm mortified. I'm like, he is just deliberately making a big mess. And he's now at this water fountain splatter in the day. I was like, we're going to go to Ace's, splashing water everywhere. He took the coloring books, True and Dream and Shire, like he's grabbing the candy. He would like, I've never seen someone faster in my life. He would just like see a section, like demolish it, go to the next section. He saw the food buffet and he's like, I'm going to flip all that over. I was like, no, you're not. It's hot. It's like boiling water. So he didn't do that. But it was so funny because like you had to be there to see him act like this. He was like just the Tasmanian devil, like tornadoing through this party. And I called the nanny. I was like, are you nearby? Because you have to come and get him. Like, he doesn't want to stay here and I don't know what to do. I have to be here for 2 more hours. So she came to pick him up, but splashing water everywhere.
Must be nice when you have a badass child. You could just tell a nanny, come get this little mother. Now, remember, this is the vending machine baby. And I'm going to tell you why this is important, because this is the one made that Courtney said, Khloe said she don't even know if she loved this baby. Y'all remember when Khloe got on here and said that she's scared about this baby because it ain't like True? She said with True, she had True. I think, didn't she have True? One of them children she had. She said, but this baby, she feel like she ain't going to be connected. That's why when the baby went to tearing all the shit up at the party, all she did was get on the ones and twos with the nanny and said, come get this little motherfucker. See, she not going to come on here and say that, but I'm telling you what the bitch done said. She seen that little nigga, that little half niglet, running up and down them people's stuff, tearing them people shit up, and she allowed it, but she got on the ones and twos with the nanny and said, come get this little bastard before I pop him. And that's what they did. But this is the perk. Khloe is the one who offered this information. Nobody asked. And this is what bothers me the most. She's telling this story as if it's cute. You're sitting there watching your child make a conscious decision to ruin somebody else's stuff simply because he don't want to be here. And this is what y'all call gentle parenting and allowing a child to express himself. I would have beat the half black off that little bastard. Do you hear me? The way I would have grabbed one of them arms, held him up in the air, and took a good slipper and have him running around in circles like a goddamn Ferris wheel, he would have been tied and through. He would have had no choice but to stay at the party, because after I'd have whooped his ass, he would have been out cold for a nap in the back in the bedroom. Because I would have tore his ass up. It ain't about letting a child express himself. You a little bad mother effer, and I'm watching you decide to be bad. Oh yeah, you want your ass whipped. Now, I don't want to hear all of that. Oh, but the video, you got a lot of shit. You let that motherfucker express himself in your house. But what you're not gonna do is embarrass me and express yourself in mine and somebody else's. At any rate, this is what she wanted us to know. So now the internet reacts as we should, like, bitch, you a horrible mom. Because she is. I don't give a damn how much money she got. That child learned nothing from that. If anything, all the child learned was whenever I don't like something, I can throw a tantrum and nothing's going to happen. That creates horrible people for society. But because she's Khloe Kardashian and y'all like that she held down Lamar Odom crackhead ass, we don't want to call out a thing for what it is. And the fact of the matter is she's raising or barely raising that little bastard to even have manners. And he'll be going upside the back of her head here in a minute. So now the internet goes off on him, on her and her parenting. And guess who decided to come to the rescue because she didn't like what was said about the little boy? Malika. Now, mind you, Khloe is laughing and giggling. You know, because I love True. I love True so much. I had my second kid and named him False. But, you know, False has his own little attitudes and his own little mind. And I watched him make a decision to just ruin Malika's son's party. And it was just so crazy because False is just like, you watching and we watching her laugh and joke about little False over there tearing up the damn party. Now watch Malika come to the rescue. Like I say, she been a slave since she met them. If you ask me, they probably be harvesting her energy. Let's get into Malika telling y'all, do not talk about her little badass vending machine baby nephew. Let's get into it.
I wasn't going to do this, but I feel like it's extremely necessary to address the topic of Khloe and her son Tatum. This new narrative that her child in some way ruined my son's graduation party could not be further from the truth. My son's party was amazing from start to finish. Khloe shared a vulnerable moment as a parent, letting you guys know that her very bright little boy.
No. For the question that's asked that I have up on the screen, so nobody cares about Malika's son? Hell no. Hell no. Malika's son is the last person on this whole list of things to care about. Nope. It's more about saving face for little vending machine, little False, and saving face for Khloe. If anything, she should have shut up and allowed the internet to fry Khloe ass up. But she didn't. She had to come out here and say, oh no, because this is getting out of hand. What about your child? But again, I'm wrong for just pointing those type of things out. But no, she don't give a damn about that baby.
Walked in with conviction about not wanting to be there because it just was not his day. But his mother made him honor and support Ace. And he said he was going to be destructive. The reason why he wasn't destructive in completion is because his mother was watching him and she stopped him. We are talking about a 3-year-old little boy.
That's not what she said. Khloe said the little bastard made a conscious decision to sit there and say, I'm about to tear this whole shit up. Then Khloe said she watched him make the decision and commits to doing it. Khloe said then she called the nanny and said, come get this little bastard. She didn't say none of what you saying. You telling us like you should be addressing this to Khloe. Girl, what?
You guys, He's a toddler. He's learning. His mother is raising him and paying attention. I am not in a position. So I wasn't going to.
Sounds like she cared more about saving Khloe's parenting style and her parenthood than anything. This is more or less about not y'all attacking Khloe. But that's why they have these lap dogs.
Do this, but I feel like it's extremely necessary to address the topic of Khloe and her son Tatum.
I think we saw this one.
Position to defend her, but I always defend my kids. My nephew is straight. He didn't do anything wrong. We had a wonderful time. And I'm wishing you guys a healthier narrative when it comes to other people's kids. And just know we're good. We got this. Position to defend her, but
Girl, Malika said leave her master alone. This was about her saving her friend. That's what she's hired to do. That's why Khloe let her come around and eat the scraps under the table. Yeah. So that she can be the mouthpiece for the Black community. Because listen, the Clears, I ain't gonna say all of the Clears, because a lot of the Clears don't play that shit neither. But it's the Black community who was up here saying that he needed his ass whooped. That's why Malika had to be the one to come out here and tell us to leave her slave master alone. But I just want to say to Malika, girl, shut your duck ass up, bitch. You should have been on here saying that everything went good for your son. The only person she should have been on here caping for and capping for is her son, but not Malika. Oh, no, ma'am. Not Malika. Malika refused to come on here and cap for her son. Her whole identity is around that girl, Khloe. And it's sad and it's sick, okay? At the end of the day, girl, we don't want to hear it, we don't want to see it, and we don't want to find it, Malika, bitch. And I hope your son get old enough and see this footage and cuss your ass out and say, oh, yeah, you went up there to support Khloe and her badass son, knowing that little nigga done ruined my party. I hope that little nigga grow up and remember this and cuss your ass out. Talking about, we got this. No, you don't. We see, what's the little girl North over there running the whole house? No, you don't. No, you don't. Not one of them Kardashian kids, not even Kourtney churn. Let's talk about it. All of them churn is Sperl. I wouldn't let my churn go play. I wouldn't allow my dog to go over there on a play date. Hell no. None of them churn know any quality of anything except gimme, and I can do what I want. So no, y'all don't have it. And I'm pretty positive if you run behind Khloe the way I know you do, you raising your little boy just like that, without the privilege and the clear skin. Malika, please don't. Not today, because you don't have it. You don't. Trust me. Not today. Girl, Malika get on my nerves. Let's move on. Girl, I can't stand these celebrities. No, you don't, bitch. You absolutely do not have it. And speaking of do not having it, girl, is this true? They say Sanya Richards-Ross is divorcing her husband. Now, I don't know how true this is. This is what the rumors in the internet said. But I just know them people was over there talking about they having another baby. What is going on? Let's get into this, what I saw, girl. Somebody tap in and let me know if this is true. It says, breaking news, former RHOA star Sanya Richards-Ross has officially divorced Aaron Ross after 16 years together. A source close to the couple claims the marriage had been struggling for a long time. I don't know how true this is. RHOA star Sanya Richards-Ross sparks major controversy after allegedly warning Aaron Ross she will fight back in court over shocking $2 million divorce demand. Let me see, because they be screenshotting stuff and just be saying anything. Hold on. Is Sanya Richards-Ross getting a divorce from her husband? They say no. They say no. Now I see it on Facebook, but I don't see nothing confirming this. So we're not going to say that it's true. I just saw it and I wanted to see, because I know them people just said they're having a new baby. Y'all, if y'all lying about these people, y'all got to stop making up these rumors, okay? She debunked it. Okay, good. So let's get this up off here. If y'all got to stop making up these rumors. Let these people be happy and all of that. Yeah, she pregnant again. Let me see if I can find Sanya on here. Sanya good and pregnant. Uh-huh. Let me get Sanya up here. She just announced they was having another baby. I said, now wait a minute, Sanya. You know, she got on my nerves on the show a little bit, but she wasn't too bad, you know. Let's get Sanya on here. Her and her husband stay on here talking about how they about to have another baby. For them to put some juju out there like that on them people. Look, them people take family pictures. Girl, go lay down. Stop acting crazy. Them people take family pictures, bitch. That's why them hoes over here lying and saying you're getting a divorce. Because her and her husband and her children get to dress up for Halloween. Y'all hoes don't know what that feel like. Y'all got to stop with the lies on this here internet. Y'all just mad because them people got to dress up. Y'all got to stop. Now, let's retract that. I'm glad I didn't put that in the doggone in the thing. Because they wrong for that. They wrong for that. They mad because that lady they take family pictures. Mm-hmm. They mad because them people taking family pictures. Y'all gotta go get you a man and take a family picture with that nigga. Don't try to hate on that lady because you ain't got no man to take a family picture with. Threaten that nigga. The fuck? Tell him if he don't get down to the Macy's with you and take that picture, you're gonna put his ass on child support. Watch he be down there dressed like and everything. Y'all gotta learn how to work the system instead of hating on these people. Congratulations to Sanya and them. Now let's move on. Girl, let's get into Tasha K. Tasha K. No, not Tasha K. K. Michelle. We'll finish off with Tasha K. So what is going on with K. Michelle, y'all? Somebody help me out. Before we get into K. Michelle husband, let's get into the RHOA bit. So K. Michelle is not doing good on RHOA, y'all. And I haven't watched it. So if I'm ignorant, please just let me know in the chat. But the people are saying that every time they turn around, all K. Michelle want to do is cry, cry, cry. They say bad enough her face don't move. They say, but every time you turn around, she around this bitch crying. Now, let me just say this about K. Michelle in RHOA. I thought when they announced her coming on there, I just knew that this was going to be great for K because K is great reality TV. But what I didn't know from what I'm seeing off the little bits, what I didn't know was that Kay wants to come in a new light that doesn't exist. Does that make sense? Like Kay wanted to come on here and be the sophisticated married woman with the husband, but it turns out, girl, you still are okay. New face, but same Kay. Does that make sense? And they say Portia has been attacking Kay on the show, allegedly, by trying to bring up old rumors and old stuff about her, basically to bully her, according to Kay. Now, one of the old rumors that K. Michelle had to know what was coming up is the coochie stink rumors. It's not up for debate. She had to know that if she ever stepped foot on any reality TV show, that they were going to bring up the fact that, girl, we heard your coochie stink. Everybody knew that, okay? However, apparently, Kay must have didn't think about it. I don't know. Maybe she did, but by the time she thought about it, it was too late. Because according to K. Michelle, Portia is the person that's trying to relive those old rumors. And according to Kay, that's hard for her because she still haven't gotten over that. Now, this is my thing, girl. I know my coochie ain't stink, right? And I get it. I would hate to have a rumor out there like that about me, but I damn sure wouldn't play so much into it to where I'm so hurt because now it makes people think that it's real. Like if I was Kay and I knew I had that rumor in the past, but I'm going into RHOA, I would have been on some 8 Mile shit. I would have already anticipated one of you hoes bringing up, and I'd have had a comeback for any one of you bitches. I'm talking about something way worse than that. I would have already been ready, but that's just me. I'm a chess player. I'm not walking into something hoping that you don't say it. I'm going to prepare myself in my mind as if it's already done so that we can pop it off when you pop it off. But Kay didn't do that. Kay waited for Portia to come on in and start, saying and poking at her about these rumors. And then all of a sudden, now, Kay is around there crying. According to K. Michelle, she says that Portia is bullying her and harassing her. And now, don't get me wrong, I do think that Portia is doing this on purpose. But at the end of the day, girl, this reality TV, this is RHOA. Like, welcome to the party. You're late. If you was going to come on here and get the crying about rumors, you could have stayed home, Kay. No shade. And this is so disappointing from me or to me because I really thought that you was, and it's crazy because I never watched it, but I really thought you was going to come over here and shake up the cast and give some more reads and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that you not, doing that, but it's just like, it gets overshadowed when you just on this bitch crying every day. Like, Every other interview I done seen of Kay, every other time she's on the scene, she's crying. And it's just like, girl, get it together. You shouldn't have came on this show if you had those type of insecurities. But anyway, I want to show y'all a video of her saying that Portia, this is them sitting at dinner. And basically, she's going to get to crying because they're bringing up the coochie rumors. RHOA people, please don't strike me down. I'm trying to do it legally now. Fair use, bastards.
Dinner.
It was good.
Good conversation.
Yeah, good times.
At dinner yesterday, Kay, you said you didn't feel safe. Is that true?
No.
You don't.
What's wrong?
Okay, girl. Now, I think you did have strategy. I think what Kay's strategy is it's going to eat me up, so I might as well just curl up in the corner and play victim. That's the only thing I could think of. Because, girl, why did you start the ugly face cry immediately after talking about you don't feel safe? Safe how? What you think Portia going to beat your ass? What you mean you don't feel safe? What is you trying to say? Is you trying to go RHOC or something? Is you trying to go Real Housewives of the Clear People? Why is you on here crying talking about you don't feel safe? Because Portia about to come on here and say your coochie stink? Girl, it's so much you could say about Portia. Bitch, I would have let that hoe roll me out about the coochie stinking because after I would have finished that hoe off about having to be a forced dagger, she would have hoped she wished she never played with me. After I done went down the list of all of the men she done went through and don't want her no more, that's why she over there scissoring by force, I would have had that hoe crying on her knees wanting to swing on me. Okay, girl, what is going on? Why is you on here crying? I know you fucking lying. If I knew you was going to come on here and get to doing the ugly cry, I would have said don't put her on here. Yeah, stealing people's houses, people's husband, girl, the way I would have dragged, girl, Portia, please. I'd have talked about the amount of peen that went up through that hole. That hoe is a forced dagger. It's so much you could have said about Portia. And you on this bitch crying. Kay, I wish I was a spirit. I'd have popped you in the back of your goddamn head. As soon as you would have hollered, no. As soon as you would have did your face to make her cry, I'd have popped you in the back of your head with a damn spoon. Girl, what the hell is wrong with you? You got to be better than this now. Even the other girls is like, oh, Lord, here we go. Girl, I knew you.
I'm sorry, baby.
Oh, God.
Okay. And y'all can sit here and say you care about people when y'all be sitting there plotting and trying to do stuff to people. If I know that a mother is sitting there plotting my hurt, I'm not going to smile in your face.
But y'all not friends though, okay? And I'm stopping it for legal purposes, y'all. But listen, y'all are not friends in real life. Y'all be getting on these reality TV shows, and because y'all use the word friend a lot, y'all start forgetting that this shit is fake. That's why it's called reality and not real. You see what I'm saying? Like, how can you say you my friend and be plotting? Because that's the whole premise of the show. That's what all reality TV does. And you are a veteran in reality TV. So why is you over here crying and snotting like as if this is something new to you? K. Michelle, girl, get off the show, bitch, and don't you ever come back. Hit the road, K. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Bitch, you got to go. Because we didn't come on over here for all of this. And we're not going to look at you as a victim, K. Your mouth too heavy. And so I'm sorry. You could cry till your real feelings fall out. Bitch, we are not going to look at you as no victim when we know you can read Portia down to the ground. We're going to sit up here looking at you like, bitch, why ain't you on your shit? And I'm not saying it's right, but like, this was, yeah, I would have turned it off if I was y'all. I didn't watch this, but this is the clip I saw. Let me let her finish. And all them fake ass hoes around K. Michelle acting like they kept. Girl, that's good for you. Whatever come to you. None of them hoes like you, K, but they gonna gather around you because you're crying on TV, bitch.
I know exactly the whole plot.
Look at Shamir.
What's the plot?
Nobody got to be plotting against me, smiling in my face.
Is there anything we can do? Who is it?
Who's plotting?
See that Portia, bitch? You see that, Portia? Not Portia behind her saying, is there anything we could do? Who is it? Bitch, the way my arms wouldn't went to swinging behind my motherfucking head, bitch. Get from behind me, ho. I know Portia is not behind me talking about who is it? What happened? Girl, I would have went to swinging backwards, bitch. Hold on. Not you behind the girl asking what happened. Portia, you a dirty bitch. Now, I don't mean to say that K. Michelle ain't weak and all of that, but Portia, you's a dirty bitch, girl. You is a dirty bitch, Portia. You is, girl, I went to swinging behind my damn head. Bitch, get from behind me, ho. Girl, I can't believe this. Girl, they say both of them was with R. Kelly. I forgot about that. They both actors.
You know who you are.
Look at Portia.
Everyone is trying to figure out what's going on. What the is happening to where you have to come to breakfast crying? Like, girl, eat. Like, get some food.
Facts.
Everybody might not know.
Girl, I don't know.
I definitely don't know.
Hold on, wait. Okay, hold on. I feel responsible. Okay, I brought you around this group. I want you to have an opportunity to get to know everybody.
I ain't gonna lie, bitch. Portia is a dirty bitch. But you know what, though? I ain't mad at Portia. I'm mad at you, K, because you know she the one you talking about. Ain't no way this hoe would have been able to stoop down behind me or on side of me to tell me I brought you around here and we want to see the best. No, bitch. No, you don't, because it's you who over here playing with me. But K, you sat there and you let Portia play in your face. So don't cry now. Dry your eyes, bitch. Don't cry, because you should have popped that hoe when she stooped down. You would have had a better advantage, because once that hoe got up, she would have tore your ass up. We all know Portia have anger management issues, but at least you could have popped that hoe the first time. You ain't never coming back anyway. You get off there for popping her. Like, are you insane? But we don't need to see no more. So now K. Michelle have been going around the internet saying that basically they bullying her. Let's get into a few
I know
clips.
we have people that are brought into the show, this and that, but I was going to be on the show without you. That wasn't about, that wasn't about you, how.
She's saying because Portia is saying that she brought her around. Now, if y'all don't follow reality TV enough to know, whenever they say Portia brought this person around, just know that Portia don't be knowing these people. They don't actually bring them around. In order to introduce new characters to us, they have to link them with somebody else. So they'll say like Karen from RHOP. They'll say Karen brought Wendy around, but Karen don't really know Wendy. She's just the introduction of Wendy. So what K. Michelle is saying was that Portia saying that she brought her there was kind of like premature because she was going to be on there anyway. But we know for show purposes what she was saying.
However, we bring someone in. I actually wanted to be brought in by Angela, because we had started to form a relationship, and I wanted to be brought in by Angela. So, when I was told, Portia, because we did the movie and we, go girl, we support each other on pictures and things like that. I was like, okay, and I'm going to go in with the open mind and I'm going to watch for myself the behavior. And the behavior is as I thought. It's a behavior of being very well PR'd up, know how to talk at this point, and basically, sit there and smile and deal with that, but also knowing what you're doing and thinking you're the producer.
You felt like she was trying to produce
I can never be produced.
Oh,
you will never yo-yo me.
She was trying to produce you.
You're never going to produce me.
Okay.
And I just feel like I didn't come in like people expected. And once I didn't go or pick this group or do this, then it was like, oh, you didn't fall in line.
Because that's what, didn't she recently said that you picked the wrong team?
I'm a grown woman.
Yeah.
I don't need a team. And on a TV show, you're not even supposed to have teams.
Yeah, because that's what
I'm grown.
But let's be clear. Every single TV show have teams. Y'all remember when RHOA, put a 3 in the chat when it was the tall versus the smalls. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember that. Because see, K. Michelle is starting to act like she's slavery stupid, and I don't like it. Because girl, you know what these people is asking you to do because you know what you signed up for. You were supposed to get introduced by Portia, and when they pop off on you, you were supposed to pop off back. That's why they hired you, bitch. And you were supposed to pick a team. Every reality TV show, every season have teams. That's how this thing works. Duh. You know this coming in. So to come on here, and again, I'm not saying that they're not messing with Kay. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Kay is over here acting slavery stupid. Like she don't understand what's going on. You know what they hired you for. That's why you said, I didn't come in like people expected. You didn't come in like none of us expected. Not even the RHOA people. They expected you to come in with your sass, with your reads. That's what we were all looking for, Kay. We were all rooting for you. We didn't want to see you up here with your Hillary Clinton jacket acting as if you above it all. That's not why we asked you to come on the show. No. We wanted somebody who have a Nene Leakes reaction to the shit. Somebody who could read these bitches down to the ground, get them together. You see what I'm saying? Somebody with thick skin and somebody who could roll these hoes out one after another. That's why RHOA signed you, and that's why we was all over here rooting for you. But you want to come on here and play first lady and get the crying. Go lay down. Please, K. Michelle, go lay down because I'm not about to let you do it. And now you playing victim and it's not cute. It's not. We not buying it. I don't give a damn if you put it 2 for $1 on sale. We ain't buying it. Girl, you look a mess. Talking about, I didn't come over here for all. Yes, you did. We wouldn't have had you come on here doing all of this. Girl, you could have left RHOA to die in the tube. Girl, what's going on? Let me let her finish.
Have I ever in life and being in front of the world, have I ever been a woman you don't even see me hang with women. Have I ever been the type of woman that's going to need a team or go pick a team? If you say left, I'm probably going right just because I'm rebellious. I know we have people that are broad.
Listen, if K. Michelle was really the boss like she said she was, she's right. She wouldn't have had to come in and pick a team because K. Michelle would have came in and created her own team. But either way, the K. Michelle we look for is not the K. Michelle that showed up to work. And now I see why the people is on here saying, pack her up, get her up out of here. Girl, the people don't even want to see you on the TV no more. They just don't. The people do not want to see you on the TV no more. They say every time you turn around, you crying, you trying to act like you above it, but you still the same hood bitch with a new face. The people don't want to see it. And I don't blame them because I'm not watching it and I don't want to see it neither. I don't. K. Michelle, you got to do better than this. And you know what made it worse with K. Michelle? She was already going out sad from the show. And then she does this interview with Club Shay Shay. Oh my God. Why would she do this interview? We're going to get into it. So K. Michelle does an interview with Club Shay Shay. And on said interview, K. Michelle admits that she has a cuck relationship with her husband. Now, for y'all who are very vanilla and ain't never got out of your bed off your missionary bike, I want to explain to y'all what a cuck relationship is, okay? Now, what a cuck relationship is, I used to watch it on the porn sites all the time. No shade. But all it is a couple will be married and one or both people inside of the marriage gets off by seeing their partner being pleased by another person. So it's typically a clear white man, an old clear man who make buku money or something. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my hair. It's typically an old clear man who make buku money, but his lapidi bird live. You feel what I'm saying? So what he needs is a big black hawk to come in and satisfy his wife. Now he gets to sit off in the corner and watch as his wife is being pleasured, and he just gets pleasure off of watching his wife being, cocked and all of that. That's a cuck, or that's at least the average cuck that you'll see. But what I didn't know was a lot of people was into this cucking thing, and some people like it. Well, K. Michelle does this interview with Club Shay Shay, and in said interview, they're speaking about her husband and her relationship because she's very quick to say my husband is my husband's dad. Okay? Yeah, Diddy and Cassie tease. Very much Diddy and Cassie tease. So she comes out to say, I don't know why she volunteered this information either, but she comes out to tell us that her husband sleeps with other women and she knows this. Now, this is how this started. She wanted to say that She don't mind her husband cheating or at least sleeping with other women, but she draws the line when he gets to paying bills for these other women. Because according to her, she does enough for the public, and what she don't think or what she don't allow in her relationship is him having emotional or financial connections to other women. So she even went on to say, after saying she don't mind him sleeping with other women, she even goes on to say that she watches him do this. Now, let me just say this. In any other normal situation, I would believe that K. Michelle is a cuck at heart and that she just loves to watch her man pleasure other women. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe that at all. I do not believe for any second of the imagination that K. Michelle is on her Diddy Cassie tease. I do not believe for any stretch or any millisecond of any of this that she loves this. I think she has grown to like it, but I don't think that she loves it. K. Michelle is very insecure. That's why she over here crying about the stinky coochie comments. And I'm pretty sure her insecurity has played a heavy role in her relationship, causing her husband to stay if he only is allowed to do whatever the he wants to do. And I think K. Michelle has rationalized this over the years as some sort of love, right? So now she's okay with it. She knows that he's cheating. She knows there's other women, but all she is a Betty Wright bitch. She would rather have a piece of man than no man at all. But instead of saying that, she want to disguise it as I like to watch my man sleep with other women. Bullshit. Kate, girl, I've been following you. I remember when you first came on Love and Hip Hop. I remember your first reality TV stuff. And you always spoken about wanting to be married and have more children. You are a hopeless romantic. Watching your husband sleep with other women probably makes you cringe. But you got to sit there and let it happen because you so scared that nigga might leave you for another bitch. Let's call a thing, girl. K. Michelle is not enjoying her husband sleeping with other bitches. But K. Michelle likes the life that she lives and the status that marriage to that man come with. So she just gonna sit there, shut herself up and eat it. And after a while of eating some shit you don't want to eat, it start to taste good. So that's why she's sitting up here saying she'll watch. This is some bullshit. But anyway, let's get into Kay. Tell us that she likes to watch her husband sleep with other girls as long as he don't pay their bills. This is some bullshit.
Okay, I think them too. I think I have the best marriage. The best marriage. Girl, if you're gonna tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, then we probably have a problem.
Hold on, you get upset. So if he pay a bill, that's what you gonna get.
Pay a bill.
So you want him to just poke
and go. What do you mean? What do you mean? If men gonna be men and they need the feeling doesn't include paying bills. If that's your feeling, then you're not my man. You shouldn't be paying nobody's bills, buying them no little ass purses. I don't care about purses myself. Most likely they're singing my songs in the mirror and they're telling their friends that they was humping on my husband as they sing the songs. The last thing that you was going to do is sit up here and pay a fan bill because I already do it. I already pay the fan bill. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I get up every week and pick a fan bill to pay. And I don't have to publicize it or nothing. We already paying fan bills. So you finna go sleep with a fan and then give them something? Oh, no.
You're not watching though, right?
I would, if that was offered to me, sometimes I do like.
You, hold on.
I have several times.
Beat somebody, but you get up on that?
Maybe it's weird, but I kind of like it. Like it's these things with me.
okay.
Man, okay, I think them too. I think I have the best marriage. The best marriage.
No, she don't.
Girl, if you're gonna tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, then we probably have a problem.
Hold on, you get upset.
All right, it's so much I want to unpack here. First of all, like I told y'all before we even started this little segment here, K. Michelle does not enjoy watching her husband sleep with other women. I don't give a damn what she say. I don't give a damn how many times she do it. K. Michelle does not enjoy watching her husband sleep with other women. She might have grown to tolerate it, but she does not enjoy it. If anything, it probably makes her cringe when she leaves out of there and she's in the room by herself. K. Michelle is doing whatever she needs to do to make it look like she's in a successful relationship. And that's what this is all about. Girl, the reason why she on here saying that she don't mind him poking as long as he don't pay no bills is because she's very insecure that one day he'll leave her. Somebody in the chat said he might have more money than her, and you might not be lying. Because artists don't make a lot of money. Unless she got a whole bunch of business ventures, he might have more money than her. And he funny looking. The nigga weird looking. K. Michelle, girl, you going out so sad. Nobody believes that you really like this. And again, I understand the whole cuck situation. I'm not even judging that. I just don't believe that K. Michelle genuinely in her heart enjoys her husband sleeping with other women. I promise you. They said, can you show him? Let me see if I can find him. He on here. He a little weird looking person. There you go. There you go. S curl and all. I remember when K. Michelle got off of Love and Hip Hop and she had did this. I don't know if it was a reality TV show just about her, but whatever it was, she had the cameras following her. This is before she met this man or either right around when she met this man. I remember her talking about how she wanted to be married and how she wanted to have children. K. Michelle, like I said, is a hopeless romantic. And no hopeless romantic having their vision, their spouse or their husband sleeping with another woman. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Argue with your mom. I'm not going to tongue wrestle with you about it. What this bitch is doing is making sure she keep that man at home. And he probably done told her, look, I'm not going to never stop sleeping with these other hoes. Or either he said it out loud or it was understood at some point and she decided to pivot in order to keep her husband. Girl, bye. K. Michelle, you going out sad. And that's why you're really sitting on RHOA crying. Because you around here living a shell of a life. Everything about your life is fake. Probably your career too. And I like K. Michelle, and I hate to really bring her down like this, but girl, it's given everything you've said is thus far is just fake. The marriage, the music career, everything. Girl, you just on here one big ass performance, bitch. This one big ass stage play for K. Michelle. K. Michelle, girl, you going out so sad, girl. I really did not see this coming. I'm rooting for you still when it comes down to the country music, girl, but this ain't it. This ain't it. And let me just say this about the stanky coochie situation. Let's say it was true. I'm not saying that it was, but let's say some boy came up on K. Michelle one time in the back and she had some stanky coochie. Stanky coochie don't last forever, right? Unless some new shit done came out. She could clean that coochie up. So K. Michelle, I don't know. I just think that it's insecurity, like I said, that plays a major part here. And yeah, she going out sad with her career and with her marriage. Because no matter how many times you sit there and watch that nigga sleep with them other hoes, whenever he ready to leave, and whenever the new bitch come and he ready to leave, girl, he's out of there. And there's literally nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Sitting up there hollering, I got the best marriage. That's what you keep telling yourself. You tell yourself that so you will feel comfortable knowing that your husband not going to leave. Girl, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I'm not saying you can't have a cuck happy marriage. I don't know if you can. I think it's possible if both people are on the same page. But that ain't this and this ain't that. That ain't this and this ain't that. And then he looked the way he looked and you allowing him to screw these hoes? Girl, please. Bitch, I'd rather go dag like Portia. I'd rather be by myself or dag like Portia before I let a weird looking ass. And that nigga look like a cartoon character. Look like somebody drew that nigga. Y'all think I'm lying. It looked like he was drawn, bitch. No way. No way. Not with that S curl. Not with that struggle curl. No, sir. Not me. Go find your mom and play with her. Don't play with no meat. And I love you, Kay. I hate this is going like this. I love you, girl. I can't believe you got me on here dragging you like this, girl. But you're going out sad. I got to say that part, you know. I can't hold it back because I like you, fat. I gotta call a thing a thing. And you going outside and you look so bad. I wanted to add that too. Let's move on. The only Chelsea, thank you so much for the super chat, says, boo, I remember the pic with them lashes on. Thank you so much, with them on leashes. Oh, you talking about Khloe and them. Yes, them on leashes. Let me see if I can find that. It was her. There go. I should say leash. That's what she had them hoes on, leashes. You had to be there. Girl, Google don't have it up here. They must have scrubbed it down. Girl, Khloe had them hoes. Let me go on Twitter. Twitter gonna tell me. Khloe had Malika and her sister on a leash. Girl, you can't make this up. You literally can't make this up. Where my Twitter at? Let me see if Twitter got it on here for me. I couldn't believe it. And as you can see, the leash is still there. Now, here go an old picture. Yeah, here you go. Hold on, y'all. Let me let y'all see. All right, here goes some of the pictures. Now, here's the picture. Now, remember, this is Malika, and I think this her sister or that's her sister. And Khloe is supposed to be the pimp. Now, Khloe has leashes. Khloe is the white girl with 4 Negro gals on a leash. You can't make this up. Oh, no. So when Malika came out in defense of Khloe, it made all the sense in the world because Khloe has always had that hoe by the leash. You see what I'm saying? That's Megan Good. I forgot Megan Good was in a humiliation ritual much. That's Megan Good right there. And that's Masika and her sister. You know, they look different outside of the Kardashian filter they be using on their videos. You know, in real life, they look like black girls. But yeah, she had them hoes on leashes. And she was so masculine. You know, I always thought Khloe was a dagger. I always thought that. Even from her little girl pictures. I said, yeah, that's a little dagger there. A time, I guess, was had, though. You had to be there. Jay New Orleans, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, happy Memorial Day. I can smell the barbecue in the air. Hello. I wish I knew somebody that was putting something on the grill. I don't know nobody. But I'm going home next week, and my family put something on the grill. I don't know nobody putting nothing on the grill. I'm going to be in this bitch by myself. I might clean my grill off and put me something on the grill at this point. But thank you, Jay New Orleans, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And thank you so much. Happy Memorial Day. The one and only Chelsea, thank you for the super chat, says K Michelle has never done any inner work. Facts. But musically, she's amazing. There it is. That's exactly what it is. She needs to do the inner work and she'll probably fix her whole life. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much. And KK4796, thank you for the super chat, says K Michelle and her husband are giving me lavender marriage cuckolds. Yeah, definitely lavender. Let me say this. I've seen this so much. These people are getting married and they really not in real marriages. It's weird. I couldn't do it. No, I ain't gonna lie. For the right price, I would. I get married to a nigga in live. Yeah, I would. Fuck. I'm about to judge. Let me not judge. Cause you know what? The way the economy going, bitch. Put a ring on it. The way the economy going, I might be walking down the aisle in my white dress. Boo, where you get this man from? Don't worry about it. Mind your business. This my husband. That's all you need to know. But video, you said you didn't have a husband. I got one now, bitch. These bills got to get paid. Say what I said. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I was about to judge and then I thought about it. I would be the person doing the same thing. So I guess I can't judge. You know what I'm saying? But I guess because I'm on here, I'm a judge anyway. Y'all wrong for that. I sure would pop out with a husband. I sure would, girl. The way this is, I need two incomes. What's up? I'm not like y'all. I don't want to struggle the rest of my life. I sure would invite another income in here. Yay. Let's move on. Now we got to get to why we here. Tasha K, or in Armand's words, bald-headed, sloot-footed Tasha K. I don't know why. just every time our mind goes off on Tasha, it just tickles me on the inside parts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but anyway. Apparently, y'all, we got to get in here. Where the wine knows that, girl, they say Tasha K husband is going to prison. They say they want him out of the country. They say he going to prison. They're going to deport him back to Africa. They say he'll be chasing and herding sheep and goat in the morning. I don't know how true it is. I just know that Cardi B had came on here one day and said that she gonna make sure Tasha K children don't never see the inside of a college door, and I think she's making good on that promise. Y'all, let's get into it. So if y'all don't know, Tasha K and Cardi B are already going back and forth with a lawsuit, right? And in said lawsuit, well, no, they wasn't going back and forth. The lawsuit was settled because Tasha K had put out some lies about Cardi B having herpes and things of that nature. Well, fast forward, they go to court, and through the bankruptcy court, they're telling Tasha K, or they told Tasha K, hey girl, we're going to give you a payment plan. But under this payment plan, you cannot speak about Cardi B or anybody attached to her. Not her family, not her friends, not her baby fathers, not none of that. Tasha K and her husband agreed to it in court, and then Tasha K went right back to her YouTube channel and started posting all kinds of stuff about Stephon Diggs. It was crazy. Even Offset. Now, when I first saw this happening, after reading the verdict to y'all, at first I was like, this can't be real. Like, no way Tasha K then got this verdict and came back and started still reporting about these people. But it turns out it was absolutely real. Tasha K was coming on the internet, still doing stories about Cardi B's baby daddy and husband, Offset, which is Offset and what's the other boy? Stephon Diggs. Now, don't get me wrong. The news was brewing hot and real hot tea during that time, because we had just found out when Cardi started sleeping with Stephon Diggs. Remember, she got pregnant. So everybody was talking about it. But I always thought to myself, Tasha K being as big of a blog page as she is, she could not talk about Cardi B and still do extremely well. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But it turns out Tasha K don't believe that, or maybe Tasha K didn't give a damn, because Tasha K started coming back on the internet and violating the damn court order like 90 going west. It was crazy. So she kept reporting on Cardi B baby daddy, Stephon Diggs. She reported on a little bit of Offset, and they say the lawyer that she had, the clear man who used to be at all the end of her videos, the bankruptcy judge or the bankruptcy lawyer, allegedly, they say that he went down to the courthouse and used fake cases to reference, but to get Tasha K the verdict that she got. So either way, Cardi B and her team started realizing that, well, they already realized Tasha K was allegedly hiding money and things of that nature, but they decided to start looking into the money that Tasha K was hiding. And one of those places they think that, or claim that she was hiding money, is through her husband's businesses, LLCs, Kibi Studios, and all these other things. Now, according to what I got, because I was over there watching Girl Is That Legal, shout out to Simone, but I was over there watching Girl Is That Legal, and she kind of broke the case down a little bit. We'll get into a little bit of it, of what she said. And basically, the gist of it is Tasha K made an agreement with the courts that, number one, she don't have money, and basically made it seem like the income wasn't incoming. But according to Girl Is That Legal, they said Tasha K had made $80,000 just in the month of January. So she was making money. But according to Cardi's attorneys, they're saying that Tasha K was hiding the money. Basically, in taking the money and saying that, hey, I'm an employee, not an owner, and that money was going to business expenses like rent and all these other things. But according to Girl Is That Legal, she said that was illegal for Tasha K to do, because you can't say, and I know I'm all over the place, we're going to kind of get into it, but Girl Is That Legal was saying what Tasha K was doing was heavily illegal, because what she was telling the bankruptcy people was that, hey, I am an employee of Tasha K and Tasha K Studios and all this stuff. So when the money comes in, it don't come straight to me. It actually goes to the company. Now, the company was owned, or it's supposed to be owned, by her and her husband. But what Tasha K was doing was accepting a salary as an employee, but then turning around telling the bankruptcy court that a lot of the money that was coming in, she had to use to pay bills. Now, this is where a problem comes in, because you can't be an employee and pay bills. It's kind of like working for McDonald's, but saying, I take care of all of the bills over around here. That don't work like that. That happens at corporate office. You're just an employee. You cannot say I work the fries, or I work on the front desk at the McDonald's, and I'm in charge of all of the bills, so I got to make sure the bills get paid. Those two things don't go together. So because of that, Cardi B's attorneys went and petitioned the court to say that that Tasha K was lying about the income that she was getting and also lying about where the money was going. And they even petitioned for them to look through Tasha K's husband's stuff. Remember, Tasha K saying that she don't own nothing. This is all under her husband and Kibi Studios and all this other stuff. And Tasha K ended up putting her foot in her mouth with that because Cardi B, after having the judge look into it, they taking her back to court and suing her husband, saying that they hiding funds. Now, we all remember Tasha K coming on here saying she ain't got it. That was going viral and all kinds of stuff of that nature. But at the end of the day, Cardi B did say that she's going to make sure that Tasha's children don't go to college. And I think that that's what's happening. So we're going to get into that. I want to get into the article from the lawsuit before we go over a little bit of Girl Is That Legal. Now, we all know Tasha K don't like Girl Is That Legal. She don't like Simone. She said Simone don't know what the hell she talking about. But I ain't gonna lie, Tasha K, it do sound like Simone know what she talking about. But I'm not a lawyer, though, so don't get me to lying. But I will say this, though, girl. What kind of attorney you got to where this nigga in there using fake cases? That's that cracker. According to Girl Is That Legal, she said that Tasha K's part of her payment for making him her lawyer was that she would advertise him at the end of her videos. No wonder that cracker kept popping up at the end of all them Instagram videos. We ain't want to see all that ugly ass shit. Plus, he didn't help you for real. I don't know. But let's get into Tasha K and this lawsuit, okay? Y'all like the video, please. Now, I pulled this article. I pulled two articles, but I want to get into the first one. It says, Cardi B sues Tasha K's husband over alleged scheme to hide $4 million in judgment assets. Now, remember, for those who are catching up, the problem here is Tasha K has already been found guilty of whatever crime, or not crime, but found guilty of basically defaming Cardi B. And a part of this defamation is Tasha K cannot say anything about Cardi B or anybody related to her. Yet and still, Tasha K, can't get enough. So let's get into it. It says Cardi B, born Belcalis Marlinis Almanazar, whatever, filed a federal lawsuit on May 6th against Tasha K's husband, Chekna KB, and his Florida company, Yellen Entertainment, LLC, accusing them of running two coordinated schemes to move money and assets out of reach after Georgia ordered Kibi and her former company to pay Almanazar, which is Cardi B, nearly $4 million in 2022. It says the complaint filed in the Southern District Court or the Southern District of Florida names Chekna Kibi individually and Yellen as a business entity. Tasha K, born Latasha Transrena Kibi, is not a named party because her bankruptcy case is still active. But the filing makes clear that the alleged schemes were carried out in coordination with her and on her behalf. And her name runs through nearly every paragraph of the complaint. So basically, they're suing her husband, but they're saying that he's basically hiding money on behalf of Tasha K. So Tasha K name running through the whole complaint. It says the lawsuit comes with 7 exhibits attached, including the original and amended defamation judgment, the 11th court ruling, the 11th Circuit ruling affirming the verdict, and forensic accounting prepared by the bankruptcy case. It says Yellen's tax records and a quiet claim deed. The core of the lawsuit is a claim that Chekna Kibi used 2 parallel fraudulent schemes to make the judgment uncollectible. The first involves Kibi Studios, LLC, the Georgia company through which Tasha K ran her Unwired with Tasha K platforms and which was jointly liable for the judgment. A forensic accounting firm, Kapila Makumala, prepared an income analysis for the bankruptcy case showing Kibi Studios generating over $1 million in YouTube revenue alone between 2019 and 2023. And that income shifted completely the Kibi Studios from Kibi Studios to Yellen by September 2022. So they saying between 2019 and 2023, Tasha K earned at least $1 million, and that money went from Kibi Studios to Yellen by 2022. It says that's the same period when the amended judgment was entered. So while they were giving her the judgment, Tasha K they're claiming that Tasha K's husband was moving money, which he wasn't supposed to. Because the bankruptcy judge told Tasha, while you under this whole case, you cannot move any money. Remember Tasha K did the video in Africa saying that I ain't got it, even though she was standing in front of a bank. It was kind of like a way to play on the whole situation. But basically, the judge had already ordered her and she knew and signed that she wasn't supposed to move money. But according to this, they're saying that the money she was making right before the judgment was entered or rendered, she was moving, or at least her husband was moving from one place to another. So from Kibi Studios to Yellen. Yeah. It says that's the same period when the amendment judgment was entered. The complaint alleges that Chekna Kibi formed Yellen in May 2022, months after the jury verdict. Now, that's also would be a violation if it's true, because you're not supposed to be creating all these doggone entities where you can move this money when we're trying to figure out how you're going to pay these people back. Okay? It says the complaint alleges, I already read that, transferred the entire business of Kibi Studios to Yellen without paying anything, and then dissolved Kibi Studios, leaving it with no assets and a judgment it could never pay. So basically, while they were in the midst of the judgment, Tasha K was supposed to be paying the judgment from Kibi Studios, where her YouTube money was going. But it turns out while they were getting the judgment rendered, Tasha K allegedly, her husband allegedly created what's the other one? Yellen. And then he took all the money that was supposed to be coming out of her Kibi Studios account to pay Cardi B and put it in Yellen, and then got rid of Kibi Studios. That is hella illegal. Okay. Now let me just say this. Tasha K, girl, you be on here laughing about how you dropped out in 9th grade, girl. What grade did your husband drop out in? That's the question. Now, they say he got a college degree, but I don't think the people down there, whatever school he worked at or went to, taught him anything about common sense. Because, girl, what? You mean to tell me you know that you're not supposed to create another business and move no money, and while you're in the midst of getting a verdict and getting your judgment of what you owe, you literally do just that? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think this have anything to do with education. I think both of y'all might be retarded. I got to say that part. I think both of y'all might be mentally retarded. Say what I said, because there's no way y'all thought this through. Anyways, moving forward, it goes on to say, the complaint alleges that Chekna KB formed Yellen in May 2022, months after the jury verdict, transferred the entire business of Kibi Studios to Yellen without paying anything, and then dissolved Kibi Studios, leaving it with no assets and a judgment it could never pay. Basically trying to leave Cardi B out to dry. It says Yellen's 2022 tax return attached as an exhibit shows gross receipts of $355,957 with revenue sourced from YouTube and Stripe, and lists Chekna KB as its sole shareholder. He has testified under oath that Kibi Studios was dissolved specifically because it had a judgment against it. So wait a minute. Did he tell the judge that that's why y'all got rid of the Kibi Studios? Oh my God. The second scheme targets Tasha K's personal income. The complaint alleges that Chekna KB rerouted her earnings through Yellen's accounts in structured designs to prevent Elmanazar, which is Cardi B, from garnishing them. Remove Tasha K as an authorized user on bank accounts where her payroll had been deposited, and stop paying her directly. So, okay, wait a minute. So what they're saying is that her husband, Chekna, not only got rid of the Kibi Studios, they created Yellen and then took Tasha K off of all of the paperwork as the person getting paid. Removed her from the bank accounts as an authorized user and all of that stuff, all of the deposits and everything, just so they think that they can stop paying Cardi. That don't work like that. I think they thought that the money was attached to Tasha K's name. So maybe they thought if we take Tasha K off of all of these things and then create a new studio, we'll never have to pay Cardi. None of this actually works like this. Who advised y'all? Did y'all lay down in the bed and come up with this together? Yeah, this is different. It goes on to say, Tasha K transferred her interest in a Gwinnett County, Georgia property to Cheknakeebe for $1. Let me back up. The complaint also alleges that on March 10, 2022, less than a month after the original judgment was entered, Tasha K transferred her interest in a Gwinnett County, Georgia property to Cheknakeebe for $1. So basically, Tasha K, according to this, was trying to get rid of everything that she owns or anything in her name or any kind of income. And she was doing a lot of that by transferring deeds and shit to her husband for $1. The quit claim deed is attached as an exhibit. The deed carries a March 2022 date, but was notarized in November of 2024 during active bankruptcy and collection proceedings. When Cheknakeebe was asked under oath why he did not reverse the transfer after learning of it, he said he wanted to help her avoid garnishment. Oh my God. Basically, he said, because I didn't want her to get caught and have to pay. When asked directly whether he was helping her avoid paying Almanazar, which is Cardi B, he answered yes. Cardi B's attorneys note that a Georgia judge warned both Tasha K and Cheknakeebe in open court after the verdict not to transfer assets to third parties, and that Cheknakeebe has since testified under oath that he is smart enough to understand a warning from a judge. It says, with post-judgment interest, Cardi B's proof of claim filed in the bankruptcy case valued the total obligation of $3,911, $680.95 at the time of the bankruptcy petition in 2023. Neither the judgment against Keebe Studios nor the personal judgment against Tasha K has been satisfied. The lawsuit seeks a money judgment against Cheknakeebe and Yellen jointly for the full amount of both plus interest, and asks the court to declare the asset transfer fraudulent, impose a constructive trust over everything that was moved, and block them from transferring or disposing of any additional assets while the case is pending. Oh my God. Girl, them people want your head. They not only want to block you from moving anything, they want to have eyes on every single thing that she does. And also, they want her to pay all the money up front. It says the complaint notes this action was filed to preserve Cardi B's claims before the applicable timeline or time deadline expires and cannot proceed to a full trial without additional permission from the bankruptcy court. So, oh yeah, that's another thing. They want a full trial again. They want a whole new full trial. It says, as previously reported by mixtapechick.com, the bankruptcy court found Tasha K in civil contempt on May 13th for repeatedly violating the non-disparagement clause of her bankruptcy plan and ordered her to pay Almanazar or Cardi B's attorney fees going back to March 2025. No hearing date has been set in the new case. These people is not only going to get Tasha, but they're going to get her husband too. And honestly, they're not wrong for going to get her husband. And let me tell you why. Because her husband is obviously, they say he got the college degrees, but he must be slower than Tasha. Because y'all not only were moving assets and basically hiding money, y'all knew the judge told you not to hide and move. You admitted it in open court that, yeah, I did it because I didn't want my wife to have to pay. Are y'all insane? So now when Cardi doubles back and tells the people that she wants your head off your shoulders and she want all your money because you just don't listen, now the people have right to just give her whatever she wants. All of this because you just couldn't just leave. It's so much tea was happening, girl. Like, I don't think any of this was worth any of this. I know it wasn't. And Tasha K comes on here and play like she's good. But I'm telling you, y'all, she got to be in the fetal position that night. Let me see. Let me look up, girl, is that legal? Cause she broke it down. She been following this case for a long time. Tasha K had done cussed her out and said she don't know what the hell she talking about, but I be damn. Girl, is that legal? Damn sure know what she talking about. Cause she breaking this down. She breaking it down better than me. Let me back it up a little bit. Let me see what this is right here. Cause I watched kind of almost all of the video. Hold on.
Schools, baby. I am going to make it to where there is no more grace because I gave you grace before. Own a title company in Texas. If you have a closing for a real estate property anywhere in Texas, we would love to help. Same number, 855 or Simona, to satisfy the judgment. Most importantly, these transfers were made after the jury found in Cardi B's favor. I don't know what type of slow learner. Now, Tasha K talks about being a little slow. She says she went to ninth grade 3 different times. But her husband, he has a degree, to my knowledge. He works in IT prior to basically running her business. So he definitely should have known better. So basically, the allegation is fraudulent transfer. And what Cardi B is seeking to do is make it so that Tasha K's argument is, oh, she's just an employee. Her husband owns the business. He's got the money. Cardi is saying, I don't give a flying fart. In this lawsuit, I am asking the court to rule that those transfers were fraudulent to hide money from me, and that as a result, your husband has to pay the $4 million judgment. No payment plan, no reduction down to the $1.2 million. Your husband's assets, his personal assets, and the business assets can be used to run Cardi her money. And this is a whole new lawsuit, baby. It's going to have depositions. It's going to have everything. So effectively, what Cardi...
Wait, pause. Because I think we missing that part. Cardi B is going after an entire another lawsuit. That means Tasha K is going to have to come out more money with another attorney to fight a whole nother case. She's already in the midst of paying back the one that she just lost. That's the $3 million, the $4 million that she owed. She's already paying that back. Cardi B want to take this whole back to trial like the first time. I'm talking about off the cuff. And this is the craziest part. We only talking about Cardi B. If Tasha K moving all this money, girl, the bankruptcy people gonna want your head too. Oh my God. You don't have to be the smartest person to know that this was the worst thing Tasha could have ever. What in the hell was you thinking, girl? That girl, man, I've never spoke about anything that meant this much, so I don't know.
He is saying is, I am going to make it to where your kids got to go to underfunded public schools, baby. I am going to make it to where there is no more grace because I gave you grace before and you spit in my face because I signed a bankruptcy plan that gave you 5 years to pay me. It actually even said, I will not come after any of your husband's assets at all. All you got to do is keep my name out your mouth and make the payments according to our payment plan. Tasha was making the payments according to the payment plan, but couldn't keep that mouth shut. So
y'all make sure y'all go holler at Simone, attorney Simone. Girl, is that legal? She's on YouTube. She does a lot of cases breakdown with people and stuff, and she's been following the Tasha K thing situation for a while. Let me say this. She's absolutely right. There's absolutely nothing you can say to excuse the dumbness behind this whole situation. Tasha K knew damn well exactly what she was doing, her and the husband. I just don't understand the logic behind any of this. Tasha, girl, I think everybody's setting you up, bitch. Even that husband of yours.
What it says is that on February 17th, Georgia District Court entered into the defamation judgment in 2022. Okay. Then it says that the court, basically it made a total ruling that totals up to basically the $4 million judgment that we talk about. And that in that judgment, there were two methods, there were two entities that were liable that are relevant. Number one is Kebby Studios. That was basically the LLC that Tasha K was operating under. Okay. Kebby Studios was found jointly and severally liable for $1 million. This is $1 million in compensatory damages, which is damages that are pain, suffering, injury to Cardi B's like reputation. Yes, she did win that. And medical expenses. And then another 1.3 million from the LLC was awarded by the jury for a total judgment of basically 2.3 million. Then it says, in addition, a jury awarded 500K in punitive damages against Kebby Studios. All right, that is why which totals 2.8 million. That's why it could not be dismissed in bankruptcy. If it is found that there are punitive damages, that means what you did that thing on purpose. You did it intentionally. And any intentional acts cannot be wiped away in bankruptcy. Otherwise, rich people would do exactly what Tasha K is trying to do here, which is defame her, run it up, get all these new subscribers, make all this new money from the lies, and then say, I'm going to file for bankruptcy. The court said, psych. So number one, the judge.
Now, I will say this in Cardi's defense, Tasha K was bragging about how the bankruptcy attorney saved her life. And it sounds like that's exactly what she did. It sounds like Tasha K understood that I could move this money by creating a new LLC. I'm just speculating. I could create this new LLC. I could move this money over here and I can never have to pay her. But like I said, none of that works like this. And it's the knowing that you're wrong and still doing it for me. I think that's the part. It's the knowing that you're wrong, agreeing to the course that you wouldn't do it, and then turning right back around and do it. That's next level. That's completely next level. And I don't know why they thought that just if they created a new company and take Tasha's name off of shit, that it'll completely absolve her. Maybe they thought that if they get rid of Kiwi Studios where they owe, then maybe if that studio go away and nobody can ever make more money there, then she won't have to pay. I don't know. I truly don't know. Let me fast forward.
This Kebby Studios then was dissolved, leaving it an empty shell with no assets from which Cardi B could be paid.
We talked about that. That was when she got rid of Kiwi Studios, allegedly got rid of Kiwi Studios, and then made it to where no assets could come out of there, no money could come out of there because it doesn't exist no more.
Income diversion scheme, it says. That's the part B of the scheme. It says the husband took a series of steps to render Tasha K's personal income and assets unavailable to satisfy the personal judgment. He rerouted Tasha K's salary and earnings through Yellen's accounts in a structure designed to frustrate garnishment. Basically, Cardi B was out there garnishing accounts, and he made it so the money couldn't get garnished. He removed Tasha K from bank accounts. Any account with Tasha's name on it could have been garnished. He removed her name on which she had been authorized. He caused Tasha K to stop receiving direct payment. In other words, she was getting paid directly from Google and stuff, and he accepted the transfer of debtors' interest in their real estate located in Georgia. Oh, baby, I covered that one. I covered that. Here we are. And that was in 2020.
Ooh, somebody said rest in peace to the bank account. I never thought about that. They could make it. I don't know how true that is, but that might be a thing. Somebody said rest in peace to the bank account, meaning if they are finding that Tasha and them is fraud in the system with these bank accounts, they can make it to where they don't have another one now. She'll be over there with a Chime card. She'll be over there with a Rush card in a Cash App card. Girl, I don't know how true it is. I'm not the bankruptcy people. Don't get me the line. But that sounds like it makes all the sense in the world. Girl, none of this is worth none of this. None of this. Somebody said Cardi B miserable. She might be, but she not wrong, man. She not wrong. Tasha K made this bed. She made this bed. Tasha K, you're going out sad, girl. You going out real sad. I think for me to work this hard and do all, and again, stuff happens. I don't want to make it like I'm going down on Tasha. Let me rephrase that, going down on Tasha. I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to drag Tasha. I'm just trying to find the logic and the reasoning in this. Because you don't work so hard for something you built from the ground up, all to get here and just piss it all away because you and the girl got beef? Like, no way. No way. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to hop to that one because that was the one that really made all of this obvious. And I'm actually surprised it took this long, but I believe it took this long for Cardi B to file this motion, because her expectation was, look, all Cardi really wanted was for Tasha K to shut up and stop talking about her. Well, Cardi got that as a provision of the bankruptcy plan. So Cardi actually wanted Tasha to just do the payment plan according to the bankruptcy plan and shut up. But once Tasha made clear she wasn't going to shut up and she was actually going to double down and go on social media and make herself a victim, that is why now Cardi is like, all right, I don't want to keep going back and forth. You and your entities are just going to have to pay me because you keep violating this. Okay, so here is the clip from, this is actually 2023. Now,
So that's her going over the paperwork from 2023. And when she was talking about what Tasha, let me see.
Then, oh girl, Tasha K had the audacity when she submitted her April financials to list her mortgage, the mortgage on this house that she's now already said she transferred to her husband, as one of her expenses. Look at this. All right, so you see here, this is what she just Tasha.
Tasha better be careful. She don't face no jail time. You know what I'm saying? She better be real careful that she don't face no jail time, because when you really think about this, like all of this moving of money, clear people go to do white collar crime. They call this white collar crimes. Like clear people get tens of years for this. I would be scared. The money, I don't think the money is the worst part of this. Yeah, ain't that what they call it? Money laundering? Is it money laundering? Let me see. What is money laundering? What is money laundering? Illegal process of concealing the origins of dirty money. Funds obtained through criminal activities like drug trafficking, fraud, or embezzlement to make it appear as clean. So this wouldn't be money laundering, because they say it's when you try to clean up dirty money. That's what money laundering is. But this is something else. Let me see. What is it called when you illegally move money and hide it from the government? I don't know. Now, they say it is money laundering. Money laundering is the illegal process of making large amounts of money generated by criminal activity. But hers not generated by criminal activity, such as drug trafficking or terrorist funding, appearing to have come from legitimate sources. I think bank fraud, maybe? I don't know. What is bank fraud? It says any deceptive or illegal scheme used to unlawfully obtain money, assets, or data from a financial institution or its customers. I don't know what this falls under. But I think that she should be scared about the criminal implications of what is happening, because moving this money around, dissolving companies, creating new companies, and all of this stuff, this will really get you in a lot of trouble. Even the clears can't escape this. Only one clear that we know for a fact escaped it, or at least them clears up at the top, them politicians. But the average clear don't escape this. Tasha better be very, very careful with this. Very, very careful.
K's attorneys just submitted in April to the court her wages for January alone, $82,000 for the first 3 months. That's the $234,000. She's made the payment for the 3 months for first quarter, $51,000 to Cardi B. But then if you go to this page, hold on, we've got under her expenses, we've got mortgage payments. It says mortgage payments of $1,200 a month. Now, in a total of $3,600 for the entire quarter. That's how it's very obvious. And that's how I knew from the last video that it appears Tasha K is basically trying to show that she's running all the expenses through her, even though she's supposed to just be an employee. She's running expenses for assets that belong to her husband. That's fraudulent. And you can't do that, especially because the way they calculate the amount of money available to repay Cardi B is after expenses. So what Tasha is doing, because you see here, she's had 82,000 in income for January. So what she's doing is she's trying to make her expenses seem super high. If you go to the second
Let me say this. They said she made $82,000 in January. Bitch, just in January. Let that sink in. According to the documents, they say just in January, she made $82,000. Either they around there handling bad money management or something. Because girl, the way I would have paid this girl, if she made 82 in January, that goes to show you that what she makes. That gives you a ballpark figure of what kind of money Tasha K brings in. Even if that's not the average, it gives you a good view of what Tasha K is doing around there. And you mean to tell me you've been around here dodging to pay this girl? I would have paid this hoe so fast. Man, I'd have hurry up and try to pay this hoe so fast. Get her out my hair, bro. Hurry up. Pay this hoe. Get this hoe out my face. You feel what I'm saying? I'd have paid this hoe so fast to be gone. But it's the fact of her. And again, I don't know what her life situation is. Maybe money around there, everything is allocated. I don't know. Because Tasha does have a whole company that she's running where they employ people. So I do have to add that in. But damn, girl. $80-something thousand in January. This is just January. Oh my God. And we hadn't even gotten into the damn the ads and stuff she be running.
That's why she's claiming contract labor of $46,000. I thought you were the employee. I thought you were the employee. So then, of course, I pulled more bank documents.
Hold on, because my girl Simone is bringing it out. She's saying that Tasha K claimed that she was an employee, and that's why all the money was moved to Kibi this and yelling this. But then Tasha K was turning around because she was making too much money coming to her account. Tasha K was saying that she had to pay mortgages and stuff. But again, as an employee, you don't get to say you got to pay stuff because you're an employee. So basically, they were hiding the amount of money that kept coming in so that they don't have to pay Cardi. I don't understand. Girl, I would have hurry up, got this whole out my head. Like, are you insane? Yeah, this is different. This is way different. Let her roll it.
So what Tasha is doing, because you see here, she's had 82,000 in income for January. So what she's doing is she's trying to make her expenses seem super high. If you go to the second page, that's why she's claiming contract labor of $46,000. I thought you were the employee.
So as the employee, she's trying to say, even though she made 80-something thousand in January, she had to take $46,740 and pay contract labor. But as an employee, you don't get to do that. Number one. And number two, what the hell is what is all under this contract labor? What do you mean? What do you mean? I got the power says you can pay. Yes, and you're absolutely true. So I got the power says you can own a company and pay yourself as an employee. That is true. But that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is Tasha K evading having to pay people by putting her businesses in other people's name and hiding money. That's a whole other different story. So she's saying she's an employee, not to say I own the business, but I pay myself. She's saying I ain't got no ties in that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I just work here. That's what Tasha K was telling the judge in the bankruptcy people. All she was saying, I just work here. So if you just work here, then you can't sit up here and say you got to pay half of your salary to your contract workers. Because remember, you told us you just work here. You can't have it both ways. The reason why she's telling everybody that she's a doggone an employee is so that she can avoid having to pay all that money back. So I think that's where the disconnect coming in, because you trying to make it seem like you don't handle money, but then you telling us $50,000 from January you had to pay out to contract labor. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what this is.
I thought you were an employee. So then, of course, I pulled more bank documents. Because, I like to come with receipts. Y'all, come look at this. Look at these documents. And they show clearly how she has been trying to get away with including expenses that are her husband's business expenses. All right, so here's a bankruptcy filing. This is with the filing, she has to include her bank statements, right? This is bank statements for any of the entities that she is associated with. So here we go. This one was, this is the Bank of America. Look, so here, and this is from last year. This is just to give you an idea of how the scheme is working, right? Is that, so last year on her bank statement, now mind you, this is a statement from Stash Media, right? That's the new fake company. Stash Media, Yellow Media. Those are the new companies.
And that's another thing. She named a new company. They created a new company, allegedly, and the name of that company is Stash Media. Now, remember, Tasha K had this whole thing with I ain't got it. She was all around the world in front of banks talking about she ain't got it. And then y'all create another company called Stash Media, as if you're poking fun at the case. Stash Media, as if aha, nanny boo boo. I know I'm over here saying I ain't got it, but I'm gonna create this new company called Stash Media. Yeah. You can't tell. Come on now. Come on now. There's only so much we can give to Tasha. And I like Tasha, but there's only so much we can give to Tasha. Tasha better hope them people don't lock her bald head ass up. Let's call it what it is. She better hope them people don't come knock on her door and lock her bald head ass up. Because that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Tasha K telling everybody in the courthouse, the bankruptcy people, come on now, Stash Media. Yeah, this is big. This is huge.
Used to hide the assets.
She might need to ask if she could file for a reason of insanity. I just thought about it. Tasha, girl, go have a nervous breakdown right quick, but do it in public and let it go viral. Then go sit down with the white lady with the notepad and tell about all your childhood trauma. They might let you get off with a little mental retardation. I'm not even being funny. Didn't you say you grew up with a couple of problems? Put that on there. Put that on the paperwork. I ain't even bullshit. Put that on the paperwork. The people might could do something for you. You feel what I'm saying? That might be the last ditch effort you got.
Google pays out the 21st day of each month. So for Tasha K's YouTube, she got about $39,000 is what it's showing there, plus another $2,600 from YouTube in that month. And then though, but it shows Tasha K paid to Stash $7,200 and some dollars. Why are you paying your employer if you're the employee, ma'am? Miss Ma'am. She also got $3,300 from Rockstar Wireless, which she used to run ads for. And then there's a Cash App here that it says that she sent to Stash Media. But check this out. Then you go to this page. Again, these are supposed to be Tasha K's expenses to be used to calculate what is available to pay Cardi B. Look at all this. These are payroll expenses. I was so confused. I looked at this, what I highlighted here. It says Ohio Child Support. I was like, wait, Tasha K ain't paying child support for no, she's not. That's how you know these are payroll expenses. And these are different dollar amounts, $2,000 here, $800 there. But apparently one of their employees has a child support order. And when you receive from an employee a child support order, you must, under the law, separate and give the child support to the state that's garnishing the child support and give the rest of the check to that particular employee. But you know what else that means? That means they're an employee. It means it's not contract labor, as Tasha K tried to say on the prior pages that I showed you. Because if someone is just your independent contractor, you are not withholding child support from those people. You're not withholding anything. They're contract laborers, they're 1099s, and you go on your way. So what that shows is it appears they are also miscalculating employees, which then goes into IRS fraud and all types of other fraud. Look at this.
Oh, she said, so let me give y'all a little cliff notes. So apparently Tasha K is using the term contract labor for actual employee stuff. So basically she's paying these people under contract labor, but she's paying them as if they are employees. She's withholding income tax and all this from these people checks. But when you're a contract laborer, you do a 1099 and you basically supposed to deal with your own taxes. They can't withhold, or they typically don't withhold your stuff. But according to this, She's using employees, paying them under the term contract labor. Bruh, this is some jail shit. No, prison. This is prison. And I don't wish that on Tasha. Lord knows I don't want to see the girl locked up. But girl, this is prison chronicles. I done seen crackers go to jail for less than this. And look at the storming with the confirmation. Girl, the thunder done confirmed. I done seen crackers go to jail for less than this. And when I say crackers, I mean the rich ones. Girl, what in the hell is going on? It ain't never been this deep. It ain't never been this deep. None of this has ever been this deep. Tasha, girl, Tasha, you in danger, girl. You in danger. You in danger, fat.
It's all payroll, all different employees that they're playing that they say, oh, this is contract labor. Why do they probably call it contract labor? Because if they called it employees, Cardi B's team would have picked it up. It would have been too obvious, because what you don't have is Tasha K. Remember, Tasha K has claimed to be the employee of her husband's company. If you're an employee, you need to be paying other employees. And I think I had said in the prior video, but in my analysis, I was like, the best way Cardi B will be able to show and prove that these are fake payroll expenses is, I bet you anything, both Yellen and Tasha K are probably paying the same people. And sure enough, in Cardi B's motion, that's exactly what she talks about. So I just wanted to give you an example of some receipts. Then I'm going to go back into the Cardi B motion, and then we're going to wrap this up. All right. So in effect, what Cardi B is alleging is that the scheme worked in two ways. Number one, it was that they canceled the LLC that they were collecting all of the money and operating it under, took Tasha K's name off of everything, started a new LLC that they're running all the costs and expenses through. And then secondly, they're diverting Tasha K's income, making it seem like she makes far less than she does. And then they're having all the company expenses flow through, be deducted from Tasha K's money, as though to show that she doesn't have much money to pay back Cardi B, which isn't true. Specifically, it says, I'm going to read it again. Tasha K's husband took a series of steps to render debtors' personal income and assets unavailable to satisfy the personal judgment. And then it says, Tasha K's husband has repeatedly admitted under oath that these were acts undertaken to help the debtor, Tasha K, avoid payment of the personal judgment through garnishment. And this is how you know the lawyer must have been a little stupid too, because the moment your client admits to that, you need to settle. You need to come up with a payment plan. And that's probably why he was encouraging her to take the payment plan. But then she better be on her best behavior, because there's no way that the bankruptcy could stand with any of this proof. Now, it goes on to say, Cardi B says she's bringing this action, and here's the reasons. This is the nitty gritty. For actual fraudulent transfers under the law, for constructive fraud, for successor liability, basically saying we want to be able to take all the assets from Tasha K's new company because they just created, quote, an alter ego, and they want to pierce the corporate veil, which allows them to get all the bank accounts and all of that of the new company. They also want the court to find that her and her husband were part of a civil conspiracy to defraud Cardi B. And right now, all of this is civil. What Cardi is asking for is civil. But at any point, if the feds, whether that's prosecutors that prosecute bankruptcy, fraud, or other, want to pick this up, there is nothing to stop them.
Now, this is all alleged. The court documents are the court documents. That part is not alleged. But the speculation about how they hide the money, well, technically it's not alleged because it's documented. But the speculation about what we believe to be the reasons why they hiding this money and all that stuff, that's up for conjecture. But let me say this. Man, this does not look good for Tasha K at all. As a matter of fact, if things go in Cardi's way, Tasha K would probably not only have to pay everything back, she'll probably, I don't want to say that, she'll probably she could possibly go to jail. I'm talking about due time. Not just her and her husband, because not only did they move money illegally, they literally went to court and admitted it under oath. Yeah, we did that. And they still gave them another chance to figure it out. And somehow they were still over here dissolving companies, creating new ones, and moving money. You cannot make this up. You literally cannot make this up, especially, and this is my thing with Tasha. It would be one thing if you was gonna hide the money. In that sense, I could see, you know what? I don't want to pay this bitch, so let me find a way to dodge this hole, but I'm gonna keep her name out my mouth because I don't want to bring attention to the fact that I'm trying to hide this money. Tasha K didn't even pick a poison. She just said, not only am I not going to pay her, I'm going to still get on the internet and drag her. I don't know what inside your mind, Tasha, made you believe that that girl wasn't going to respond and do exactly what she said, which is make sure you end up paying her everything. Like, it's kind of like you wanted this to happen almost. Like, I don't understand. Because most people, when they do crimes, they normally do it on the low. They be quiet. You know, they kind of under the table. But Tasha K was actively, allegedly moving money and still talking shit, antagonizing Cardi. You can't make this up, bro. And again, I don't wish no bad on Tasha, but girl, I feel like everything that's coming to you, this on you. You can't blame nobody but you. You created this monster. You did this. This is all you. This is all you. And that husband, this is why I tell y'all all the time in the chat, stop believing that people with degrees are smart. Stop believing that people with college degrees are automatically intelligent. Because what we have seen thus far is these be some of the slowest people we got in the community, okay? And he the one with the degrees, and she the one dropped out in 9th grade, and it's giving none of y'all could put your heads together and say, let's think. You, him, or the attorney. Because he around there using fake case laws. You can't even make this up. Yeah, this is big. This is big. Y'all, let me say this. I don't even know what to say. What I can say is, Tasha girl, I really do hope you the best. But these people that went down there and filed their paperwork, they want to see you back in court. And you better hope and pray to God or Buddha. What she do? She pray to the Buddha people. You better get down on your knees and rub that fat bastard's belly and ask him to come through and help you in the clutch. Because, girl, this is not looking good for you. And as much as I want to just thrash Cardi B and be like, Cardi B, you tell the bitch. You know what I'm saying? As much as I just want to drag for Cardi, I can't. Because Cardi is not wrong in nothing she doing. As a matter of fact, Cardi gave you too much grace. I'm going to be honest. Cardi gave you too much grace. Because when you was in court admitting to all the shit you did, she should have took your ass up through there then. I ain't even going to lie. She should have took you up through there right then and there. But she still found a little inkling of grace for you. And you still gave that girl your ass to kiss. You better hope that Cardi probably is the least of your issues. Yeah. Cardi is probably going to be the least of your issues. You better hope the feds don't pick this up and lock your ass up. You and your husband. And they say he might get deported. Lord have mercy. Y'all, we'll keep an eye on the Tasha K saga and everything that's going on. But I'm telling y'all now, the winos, y'all said y'all was going to help that girl make $4 million. Let's go look for the GoFundMe. Hold on. Let's go look for the GoFundMe. Y'all said y'all was going to get that girl $4 million. Tasha K, GoFundMe. Y'all ain't put another nickel in that girl GoFundMe. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all ain't put not every nickel in that girl's GoFundMe. It's been at this 15. And I'm... Y'all lied. One of y'all lied. Either she lied and said y'all was gonna pay that girl a bill, or y'all lied. But she still at the same funky ass 15,000 y'all. With the same funky ass $15,000, and that girl around there windmilling for her life with her head down. Winos, y'all got to go back to the drawing board for this. Now, like I said, either she lied or y'all lied, but somebody lied about helping. Either she lied or y'all lied, but either way, somebody over here lying. Get my boy up here. Where the winos at? I think somebody lying. It's got to be somebody lying. Get my boy on here, because y'all said y'all was going to help that girl, and she over there windmilling by herself.
It's survival.
like, I get somebody like, smells like somebody like.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
I mean, Tasha said y'all wanted to help. It's the same funk ass 15. That girl still at the same funk ass $15,000. Somebody got to come to the drawing board and tell us what really happened, okay? Now, with that being said, y'all, if y'all want to keep Tasha in your prayers, do not clock. No matter of fact, don't even do it. I ain't even gonna lie. She don't deserve the prayers. Tasha got to, at this point, Tasha got to just let the chips fall where they meet. She just got to hope God got her at this point. You know what I'm saying? Girl, we gonna keep our eyes on the case. Y'all, if y'all hear anything, please send it to me. We got to know, because they say she going back to trial. So that means Tasha going to be back in white. Miss Mary Mac dressed in black, girl, with silver buttons up and down the back of her and the husband. I don't know. We'll deal with it when it comes to it. She might just flee to Africa. You know, she was over there cosplaying the African. She might just flee to Africa. I think that would be the best. That's what I would do. You know, Tanea, thank you so much for the super chat. Says all she had to do was pay when it got lowered and make a video about it, make her money back. But she is her own worst enemy because she won't shut up. Facts. Like I said, even if I had a vendetta against Cardi, after she would have got me in the case, I'd have been like, all right, girl, you got it. It ain't even that deep. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done. But maybe she was very emotional about it. 1031 Angelina, thank you for the super chat. Says Cardi met her match with Tasha K. Cardi cursed everybody and their mama out. At first it was Star Marie. That started this rumor. Cardi tried to check Tasha K and Tasha K matched her energy. These two have a karmic relationship. Absolutely. See that last part? These two have a karmic relationship. Absolutely. And I agree that Cardi B was, on one, but then I can't really put this on Cardi. I can't. Yeah, Cardi is ignorant. Yeah, she be cursing people out, but this in particular, this ain't on Cardi. Not this one. Not this one. And I want to say it, and this is the worst part. The hate inside of me want to say that this is on Cardi and give Cardi some of this, but I can't. I absolutely can't. This is all 100% on Tasha. But with that being said, let me hop up off here. I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for something or another. But I got Love and Hip Hop Miami coming up later on this evening. Y'all check that out. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then bust it open for your B-O-Y. For your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, Blaze, you know. Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.